Arthur's Puppet Theater presents Cinderella, as directed by you. Once upon a time, there was a young lady named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother and stepsisters, who happened to be of the evil sort. They made her do chores all day, and she was never allowed to have any fun. One night, Cinderella's stepfamily went to the royal ball. As usual, Cinderella had to stay home and clean. Suddenly, a fairy godmother appeared.
Poof! I'm here!
Who are you?
Why, I'm your fairy godmother, dearie. I'm here to get you to the royal ball.
Then the fairy godmother waved her magic wand at Cinderella and said,
Transformo outfitio!
And quicker than you could say fashion makeover, Cinderella's rags turned into a beautiful movie star dress.
Darling, it's spectacular! I'm ready for the red carpet.
The fairy godmother waved her magic wand again and said,
Footweario fancimente!
And in the blink of an eye, Cinderella's old shoes transformed into glass slippers.
These will look amazing in my paparazzi photos.
Finally, the fairy godmother waved her magic wand over a pumpkin and said,
Jack-o'-lanterna transporto!
And right before Cinderella's eyes, the pumpkin transformed into a magical carriage.
This is lovely, darling. A classic, like me.
Well, my job here is done, dearie. Have fun tonight. But remember, you must return by midnight, or else, well, gotta go. Disappeario myselfo! Poof!
Cinderella couldn't believe it. She was finally gonna have some fun. She hopped in the magical carriage, which, to be honest, smelled very pumpkin-y, and rode off to the royal ball. Cinderella was very excited as she entered the castle, and she soon caught the eye of none other than Prince Charming. He walked up to Cinderella and asked,
May I have this dance, milady?
Cinderella didn't need to think twice before she said,
Yes, darling, let's dance. We'll make sure the royal photographers get our good side.
Now, as it turns out, the two of them had such a wonderful time dancing that they lost track of time, and suddenly the clock began to strike 12.
You must return by midnight, or else Ghostio disappeario!
Sorry, darling. My star power is failing. I have to go.
Do not away! Oh, my heavy heart aches! Fair maiden, please grant me at least this. Tell me your name.
But Cinderella had already run off, losing one of her slippers along the way. Outside the castle walls, Cinderella heard a final stroke of midnight fade away. Suddenly, her dress, her glass slippers, and her carriage all transformed back to their original form. With a loud, Cinderella exclaimed,
Oh, what an amazing night! Dancing with the prince was such fun. It was a dream come true.
And so Cinderella walked home, thinking about everything that had happened that night. The next morning, the prince decided to search for his future princess, and he knew just where to start. Granny's cottage from the Little Red Riding Hood story.
Lady Granny, have you seen my dance partner?
Not unless you danced with the big bad wolf.
But the prince was determined, so he went on his way to search throughout the kingdom. Later that day, Cinderella was cleaning her stepfamily's house when she heard the knock on the door. It was the prince, and he was holding the missing glass slipper.
I've been searching throughout the kingdom. Whoever's foot this fits shall be my wife, if she'll have me, and I shall be her husband.
Cinderella tried on the slipper, and of course, it fit.
Ah! Such joy! I have found my true love.
Me too! See you later, alligators!
So Cinderella and her prince returned to the palace and lived happily ever after. And the moral of the story is, if you ever have the chance to dance in a castle, do it. You never know who you might meet. The end.
Arthur's Puppet Theater presents Little Red Riding Hood, as directed by you. Once upon a time, there was a little girl whose name was Little Red Riding Hood.
La la la, I'm Little Red Riding Hood.
Ah, the classic choice. Little Red Riding Hood headed through the forest full of big trees.
These must be the deep dark woods I've heard so much about.
She looked up at the sky, and it was a beautiful sunny day.
La-di-da, what a beautiful day.
Little Red Riding Hood was walking to Granny's house.
I'm walking along, tra-la-la-la-la.
Along the way, she came across a wolf.
Hello, little friend. What brings you to my neck of the woods on this delightfully sunny day?
I'm bringing a surprise to my granny.
Ooh, a surprise! And what kind of surprise do you have in your basket?
I baked my famous lemon squares for my granny.
The wolf knew right then and there that he wanted that surprise for himself, so he decided to set a trap at Granny's house.
I was just wondering, where does your granny live?
She lives in that cute little cottage in the forest clearing. And that's where I'm going now. Bye!
And with that, Little Red Riding Hood went off to Granny's house. But the big bad wolf knew a shortcut and planned to get there first. Moments later, Granny heard a knock at her door.
Who is it?
It is I, your perfect granddaughter, come to bring you a surprise. Please let me in.
Ooh, it's my granddaughter. Though she is a little early. Coming, dear.
But when Granny opened the door, it wasn't her granddaughter at all.
Aha!
Oh no! It's the big bad wolf! Ah!
The wolf grabbed Granny, and what dastardly deed did he do? He locked her in a closet. Watch out for the dust bunnies in there, Granny. With Granny out of the way, it was time for the wolf to put his plan into action. He dressed up as Granny and waited for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive. But he didn't have to wait long. The doorbell rang.
The door's open. The door's open. Let yourself in.
Hi, Granny. You look amazing today.
But when Little Red Riding Hood got near her Granny, she noticed something weird.
Granny, what big eyes you have.
All the better to see you with, dearie.
And what big ears you have, Granny.
All the better to hear you with, dearie.
And, might I add, what big teeth you have, Granny.
All the better to eat you with, dearie.
You're not Granny, you're the wolf.
Little Red Riding Hood started to leapfrog around the room to escape the wolf.
Boingity boing boing.
Suddenly, Granny burst out of the closet, and she had transformed into her secret identity.
A superhero?
Listen up, big bad. I fight for truth, justice, and stuff just like that.
You don't scare me. I want that surprise.
The wolf looked around and grabbed the first thing she could find.
Let's see if we can strike a chord.
Aha!
Ah, this granny is too tough for me. I'm out of here.
Little Red Riding Hood couldn't believe it. Her granny was a hero.
You saved us. You're the best, Granny.
So, with the wolf gone, Little Red Riding Hood and Granny finally had time to enjoy the surprise.
Let's go outside and eat those lemon squares. They're my faves.
And the moral of this story is, don't mess with grannies. The end. Tap the play button to watch the show you made, or tap the new button to make a new story with different
Arthur's Puppet Theater presents Goldilocks and the Three Bears, as directed by you. Once upon a time, on a cloudy day, a family of bears was walking in the woods while their dinner cooled off. There was a baby bear and a papa bear.
This weather is way too cold.
Really? I think it's just right.
Well, I'm going to wear my super warm hat.
Too bad Mama Bear has to work late today. I hope she makes it home in time for dinner.
Little did the bears know, but at that very moment, someone else was walking in the woods, and her name was Goldilocks.
Oh, horrible weather! If it rains, my golden locks shall become a big, soggy mess.
Goldilocks had been prancing through the woods all day. She was tired, and her tummy was grumbling, when all of a sudden, she saw something.
Behold, a cozy cottage. Perhaps they have food and a place to rest my oh-so-weary legs.
Now she didn't know it, but this was the bear's house. Goldilocks pranced through a garden full of honeybee hives.
I can only imagine the honey sweetness hidden within these beehives.
When she got to the front door, she knocked, but there was no answer.
Alas, there is no one home, but I shall enter anyway.
When she was inside, she couldn't believe her eyes. Right in front of her were 3 bowls of tacos.
Tacos? There is nothing better. I must have a taste.
First, she ate from the big bowl.
Ye gods! I declare with all my heart and soul, too hot.
Then she ate from the medium bowl.
Gadzooks! This freezes me to the bone. Too cold.
Then she ate from the tiny bowl.
Aha! I have arrived at perfection. Just right.
After filling her tummy, Goldilocks wanted to relax and put her feet up. She looked around the room and spotted 3 beanbags. So she tried them out.
Let the choosing begin. First, the big beanbag. Oof! Oh, my word! That's dreadful! Too hard. And here is the medium beanbag. Help! I'm sinking in. Too squishy. Phew. Well, perhaps then the small beanbag. Just right.
But unfortunately, she was too heavy for the little seat, and it broke with a loud...
What misfortune! What misadventure! What drama!
Goldilocks was exhausted from testing all those seats. She needed a nap. Then she saw just what she wanted. 3 waterbeds. First, she lay down on the big waterbed.
Oh, I fear I will be sick. Too wavy.
Then she lay down on the medium waterbed.
Oh, my days! Tragedy! This waterbed isn't wavy enough!
So then she lay down on the smallest one, and it was...
Just right!
And with that, she closed her eyes and fell fast asleep. Now, just as she fell asleep, the bears returned from their walk, ready to eat their dinner. But they instantly noticed that something was wrong.
Mama Bear's not home from work yet.
Well, I guess that means more food for us hungry bears.
Then the bears noticed that something else was wrong.
Oh, someone's been eating my tacos.
Someone's been eating my tacos, and they ate it all up.
Then the bears noticed something across the room.
Someone's been sitting in my beanbag.
Someone's been sitting in my beanbag, and they broke it to pieces. Wah.
Finally, the bears saw their hibernation area.
Someone's been sleeping on my waterbed.
Someone's been sleeping in my waterbed, and she's still in it.
Goldilocks heard the sound effect and woke up.
Greetings, my good bears! I suppose you are wondering what I am doing in your house. That is a good question.
The bears were surprised to find the intruder, and they started to cry.
Last week, the big bad wolf tried to blow our house down, and now this?
And she's eaten all my food. That was my favorite meal ever.
Goldilocks had only one thought. Escape!
I apologize for my rudeness, but it is here that the curtain must close. Thank you, dear audience. Thank you.
And so she zipped out of the cottage as fast as she could, and the bears never saw her again. And the moral of this story is, never break into a house of bears even if you are hungry. The end.